Thank God it was only a bad dream this time.
Yes, it was only a bad dream. Maybe you've had the same dream. Unfortunately, dreams can come true. Just ask Eagle driver Robert Richardson, better known as Lucky.
We were going up a kind of a small grade, and I was behind a vehicle, and there was more vehicles on my left, and all of a sudden the vehicle in front of me extremely swerved to the left, and the next thing in my vision was a flatbed doing 35 mile an hour on the interstate. So the only thing that I could have done to go to the left, there's a vehicle there, or went to the right and possibly moved so fast I would have rolled my vehicle. I just hit the brakes and plowed into the back of him.
As Robert has described, sometimes vision barriers result in rear-end collisions. No matter what the cause, they may lead to severe injuries or loss of life, extensive property damage, loss of the customer's product, or downtime for the driver, just to name a few. This is why prevention is so important. Here are valuable tips on preventing rear-end collisions. Rear-end collisions generally occur due to following too close and/or a speed too fast for the conditions. In these scenes from Eagle trucks, the following distance is about 1.5 seconds or less. There is not sufficient reaction time to stop should the unexpected happen. The Smith system recommends a 6-second following distance to allow a safe stopping distance. What if the vehicle in front unexpectedly applies their brakes to make a turn, or as a result of a traffic signal change? Or maybe someone in front of them suddenly stops, or an animal runs on the roadway. There is simply not enough time to react safely. A collision is very possible, resulting in injury or possible loss of life. So remember, always expect the unexpected. Lengthen your following distance to be sure you can react appropriately and stop in time. And give your fellow motorists a break. Back off to prevent a rear-end crash.
Leave yourself proper following distance. That's the most important thing, no matter what it takes.
Harry's right. Always give yourself plenty of room. Having been involved in a rear-end crash, Harry also learned the importance of looking ahead. By looking ahead, you give yourself more time to react to changing road or traffic conditions. Expand your look ahead to at least 15 seconds ahead of your unit. In the city, this means looking at least 2 blocks ahead or 1/4 mile on the expressway. By always maintaining a 15-second eye lead time, the distance you're looking ahead will always match the speed you're traveling.
To look 15 seconds out is the best thing to do because, you know, we got all kind of people cutting in front of you, they cut you off.
When a car slammed on its brakes in front of Reggie, he tried to move to the right. Even though Reggie used his horn, the car on the right still didn't move, and the result was a rear-end collision. You must be able to stop when a vehicle slows in front of you or puts on its brakes. And remember, the weight of your vehicle plays an important role. As your vehicle weight increases, so should your look-ahead distance. This, of course, is due to stopping distance issues. The more weight on your truck, the longer it will take to stop.
It's definitely important to think about your weight or your load when you're driving because, you know, you're not going to be able to just stop on a dime if anybody pull out in front of you.
If you're heavy, you have the friction to slow you down. But the heavier you are, the longer the distance it takes to stop.
Rambo's rear-end collision, like Lucky's, also involved a vision barrier, a hill, which made it more difficult to see ahead. Whether a vision barrier or somebody hitting their brakes directly in front of you. These incidents can be prevented if you allow enough space between you and the vehicle ahead of you. Here's another great tip. Remember that stopping distance is greater than braking distance because stopping distance factors in the time it takes you to recognize the danger, react, and then brake. Another factor to consider is weather. As the weather deteriorates, your speed should decrease, and of course, your following distance should increase.
Leave at least triple or quadruple amount of following distance between you and the car in your lane anyway.
And don't forget, following distance is important when you're stopped as well. Always stop far enough behind the vehicle in front to see its wheels. If you're too close, your hood may prevent you from seeing a vehicle in front. When the light turns green, you could drive right into it. It's no secret, intersections can be very dangerous. When approaching an intersection and traffic signal, always assume the light is about to turn red. This way, you'll be prepared to make a safe stop. Fatigue can also play a role in rear-end collisions. Driver fatigue is a critical factor in over 30% of heavy vehicle crashes. As you become tired, your reaction time is slower and your focus decreases. Driving requires all of your senses, and this can be very physically demanding. Getting proper rest will ensure that your senses will be at peak performance and increase your awareness of vehicles around and in front of you. Night driving presents additional challenges too. Do not overdrive your headlights. Increase your following distance and slow down.
If you're driving at night, you're not seeing everything around you, so your focus should be ahead of you and slightly to the left and right of you. Your field of vision should be kept narrow as best you can. You cannot see dark objects at night for sure, so your distance has to increase.
And don't forget that distractions such as eating or drinking and cell phones or other electronic devices slow your reaction times and can take your focus away from full attention to safe driving practices.
It doesn't make any difference whether you're reaching for a telephone or a cup of coffee or a drink or something on some of your paperwork. You should always keep your eye on the road at all times.
Even looking away to check your paperwork means you're not looking at the road for about 3 seconds. You would travel the length of a football field without watching where you're going. By adhering to the Smith defensive driving system, you can minimize your chance of a rear-end collision. Follow these 5 basic guidelines. Aim high in steering so you can see what's happening well in front of your vehicle. Get the big picture of what's ahead and around your vehicle. Keep your eyes moving to avoid being focused on any one object. This tip also helps you fight drowsiness. Leave yourself an out. Make sure you have a good space cushion around your vehicle and don't get boxed in so you have nowhere to go. Make sure other drivers see you to prevent being cut off in traffic or someone pulling out in front of you at an intersection. Remember, you are the best defense in avoiding a rear-end crash. Follow these guidelines each and every time you get behind the wheel.
It's very important. You cannot let anything distract you, because once you're in motion, every inch counts for safety.
Well, you've got 9,000 gallons of gasoline and very highly explosive. You don't need to make any mistakes.
My tip for any driver is to drive from both ends.
When you're loaded, pay attention to what's in front of you. Always keep your mind on your job and try not to get distracted. You know, that way you won't have to worry about running and having a rear-end crash like I did.
Anytime you see a truck hit the brakes, you automatically need to start applying your brakes because you don't know what's in front of them.
I know for myself, when I enter a construction zone, I automatically slow down because you really don't know what's going on, whether you have a truck in front of you or a car, because you don't know if they're going to have somebody there with a flagpole or something telling you to slow down and stop. So I automatically slow down in the construction zone.
That truck that's in front of you is driving your truck, and you can't see.
I'm ready to stop in case somebody steps on their brakes or a worker actually wants to cross the road. I should be able to stop.
You know that light turning yellow, you might as well just go ahead and stop anyway. I mean, you're not going to beat it. So, and you really don't want to take a chance to get out there. And, you know, like he said, he assumed that guy was going to stop, and he didn't. And he had a rear-end crash. He shouldn't have been reading his orders in the truck because he was being distracted. He took his mind off what he was supposed to be doing, and he should never do that. And that's #1 lesson when we first got those computers in the truck that said, do not read and drive at the same time. You got to read, pull over to a safe spot, then read what you got to read, then proceed back in traffic.
You're too impatient. The driver was too impatient. He wanted to go, not knowing if it's clear or not.
If you can't see that person's tires in front of you, and you don't need to take off. And never drive the light. Drive with the vehicle that's in front of you.
It's extremely important that you don't overspeed your beam. And if the speed limit said 55, I would never go past 55. That's my personal policy. Because at night things happen, and your reaction time is not as good as daytime too.
To move over long.
Yes.
No, I do it for any vehicle. I don't care if it's an emergency
Right.
or a broke down four-wheeler. Even if it's abandoned, I move over in the left lane.
Right.
You know,
To avoid.
to avoid, you know. Or if they out there working on a vehicle and you don't move over, and that guy taking the lug nut loose and it slips and he falls back into the road, he's dead.
He's dead, yeah.
You know.
That's true.
I don't want that on my conscience.
Good.
I passed somebody one time, and I see it was nighttime, and I see two black spots on the solid white line.
Right.
It was his feet. Both of his feet are up over the travel lane. They're in my lane. He was underneath the car.
Ooh, wow.
Yeah, that don't sound too good.
So, you know, I'd say anytime you meet a vehicle that's parked on the side of the road, move over.
Right.
Good way to remember all these kids is all good kids love milk.